Fifth Press Play, you're watching Globalize TV. I'm sitting here with Alexander from Oh Mercy. How you doing, mate?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I can't complain. It's creeping up to New Year's and the wind is picking up. How was your flight over from Melbourne?
Maybe the Mayans got it right. You know, they were just a few days early, a week early.
I've been following you guys on Twitter, and apparently you're getting top 10 lists for your hitting top 10 lists for your album Deep Heat. All over the place, left, right, and centre. That's it.
Top five to be accurate.
Top 5. So, all right, tell me more about that.
Well, we're just getting in the top 5 albums of the year list, left, right, and centre.
And does that feel pretty good?
Oh, it feels great. You know, we tried so hard with this record, and we had so much fun making it. And I thought that I think it's a great record, and so the people acknowledging that is very gratifying.
Your album Great Barrier Reef, it's very different from Deep Heat. There are a lot of different musical changes. Stay Please Stay is one song from your previous album. It's got a bit of an innocent undertone. Tell me more about that song. What, is it about anyone in particular, or is it just...
Stay Please Stay? I haven't thought about that song in a while. Well, it's just about someone that's being left, you know, and fairly universal kind of themes going on there. Yeah, I suppose it relates to me leaving people behind, but yeah, I suppose it's from the perspective of someone that I've disappointed. Yeah.
Well, your albums are so different, and Deep Heat has sort of hints of sexy 70s type sounds, and I heard on the radio down here Roxy Music. Are you a fan?
Oh yeah, I love Roxy Music. That's big influence on the record. Yeah.
Because my man does have sort of the saxophone sound, and it definitely resonates. What other 70s sort of music influences Oh Mercy?
I love The Clash, the late 70s into the 80s, that kind of era. Talking Heads, lots of reggae music like Tapazuki, and yeah, but that like new wave stuff like Roxy Music and The Clash and Talking Heads, you know, probably the ones I focus on most.
Cool. And you started as a duo, and then grew to a quartet, and then a fifth member. This changes the dynamics of a band, yeah?
Well, it's just just different incarnations of the band just represent different ways that I want to represent the music. So, you know, along with the sound of the new record, I knew that I had to include particular things to make it work. So this is just what I had to do to make it work, yeah.
And your video clip for Drum looked like it was a lot of fun to make. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, we just put on a lot of beer for our friends and told them to dress up. And put it this way, we filmed for about 3 hours and they could only use the first hour. So we had a fun night.
Sounds amazing. And any crazy stories from the last 2 hours of the night?
I can't remember them. And I hope to never see the footage from the you know, the what do they call it? The floor of the cutting room, yeah.
The streets of Melbourne have just a real arty, inspirational vibe. Does the city inspire you in a way?
I guess so. I've grown up there, so maybe I don't even really have a great perception on the way that it does or doesn't. But I expect so. It's it's culturally very rich, and there's lots of people to bounce off creatively, and I bet it does, but it's hard for me to talk about because it's all I know, you know. Yeah.
And travelling with other Aussie bands for South by Southwest, DC Death Rays in particular, what were they like to travel with?
Yeah, nice guys, just normal people, believe it or not. Yeah.
Musicians are actually real people, everyone. Do you make any sort of connections or future maybe shows with these guys, or is it just, you know, that's how it happened?
We got along really well with this Jess Cornelius, who's Teeth and Tongue, one of the most underrated musicians like I've ever, you know, had the privilege of knowing. So Teeth and Tongue is Jess Cornelius's project, I guess you call it. She toured, and we became good friends, and I implore everybody to check out her music because she's such a talent, and probably I wouldn't have known her if it wasn't for that South by tour.
Fantastic. And so you guys are sort of riding the wave of the Deep Heat album at the moment, and in the near future, are you continuing to write more tracks up and coming?
I've been writing a bit of music for other people because I feel like I'm at a bit of a crossroads musically, so it's the best way that I've figured that I could deal with that was just to loosen up by writing for other people, and I've had a bit of fun doing that. I can't wait to make some new music, but I have to have like a fairly firm and concept behind what I'm going to do before I start doing it. And I haven't quite figured that out just yet.
Fantastic. Well, Alexander, thank you so much for talking to Globalize TV today. We really appreciate your time, and enjoy your New Year's. You're watching Globalize TV.